Welcome to the Fiscal Finesse Flash, where we will share insights into personal and business finance for today's economical climate and finesse your finances. And now your host, Jenna Finesse Houston.
Hello, Facebook. Good afternoon. So it's Tuesday, and it is now time for the Fiscal Finesse Flash. So while we're building our audience, I am going to share a few things with you all that I'm super duper excited about. So let's go. Let's get it. No, let me stop. Okay. So, hey Tanya, how you doing? Thank you for logging on. Hey girl. Okay, so we have Tanya here. So Tanya, you're going to get a free book today, okay? Ain't nobody else here yet, so listen here. Early bird gets the worm, baby. How you doing today, Tanya? Tell me more. Tell me about what is going on in your fiscal world. What type of questions you want to get answered today? We're talking about the B word once again because I got so much feedback on the B word. And everybody's like, oh my God, tell me more. Want to know more. I've gotten text messages. I got inboxes. Everybody's like, okay, tell me more about this B word. So people are really saying, help me learn how to do it. So now that you've told me about it, how do I actually do it? What are the steps? And so that's what I'm going to cover today. And as a result of that, I'm going to give away a free book. And so in order for you guys to get the free book, you just have to go hop on over to my website, give me your contact information, and you will get the free book today. Is that exciting or what? Who's excited about that? Who's excited about getting free stuff besides me? I tell people all the time, I'm all about the free and the cheap. Okay? That's how I keep my money in my pocket, by staying free and cheap. So who's excited about the free book? I want to hear from y'all. If y'all ain't excited, then I could just keep my stuff to myself. Hello? So we're talking about the B word today. The B word. What's the B word? Budgeting. Okay. So people were like, okay, you told us about budgeting. You told us why it was so important, but you didn't tell us how to do it. And so today I'm going to tell you how to do it. Let's do it for our country. Our country wants us to. No, let me stop. Y'all remember that back in the day? Anyway, so let me tell you how to do it. So the first thing you have to do is identify where your money's going to, right? So the thing that I'm going to give you, the free book that I'm going to give you, is going to help you to do that. You're going to be able to identify exactly where your money is going to. So if your money is going to food, right? See, you feel me, Tanya? We on the same page, baby. She said Greece too. Okay, hey Tasha, that's my sister-in-law. Hey girl. Okay, so thank you for logging in. You said you can't stay because you're at work. Okay, listen in though. And you can also replay this. That's the beauty of this Facebook Live. But let me just say this. So you guys are listening to the Fiscal Finesse Flash with Jenna Finesse Houston. I'm your host today. And I don't have any guests. I just have some good, solid information for you. So number one, identify where your money's going to. Here's the best way to identify where your money's going to. You have to do what we call a spending journal. Bam! It's not that hard. All you have to do, the book that I'm going to give you all for free, by the way, you just need to write down every single thing that you spend money on. So regardless of what you spend money on, I'm not telling you don't spend your money. I'm not telling you to do anything different than what you already do. Just write it down. So if you have habits, like some folks going to bingo every Tuesday and Thursday, right? If you smoke, if you drink, if you eat out every day, if you buy books, if you, whatever your habits are, whether they're good or bad, if you buy gasoline, if you give your cousin money, if you, whatever it is that you do, put it down on the paper, okay? So this is going to be a part of the free book that I'm giving you on today. So write it down, no matter what it is. I don't care if it's actually a bill that you're paying. Because what the whole purpose of this goal is for you to identify where exactly is my money going, okay?
You're listening to the Fiscal Finesse Flash with your host, Jenna Finesse Houston.
So I want you guys to do that for at least a week. If you can really do it for 2 weeks, it'll really be better. It'll enhance how you look at the way that you spend money, okay? So that's number one. Using your spending journal and identifying where your money is going to, okay? So number two, after you've used your spending journal, identify where your money is going to, then you're going to write down all of your expenses for the entire month. So your expenses can include things like the things that are going to be the exact same every single month, like your rent or your mortgage, your car note, your insurance, sometimes even utilities, even though those can fluctuate just a little bit, especially now that it's summer months and the kids are out of school. So they're running up our electric bills, they're running up our gas bills, they're running up our water bills. So those might be a little bit more fluid, especially now that it's summer. But the bottom line is I need you to write down every single solitary expense, okay? In doing so, you're also going to write down the things that you would love to do, okay? So if you like to travel, like I do, you'll write down for that trip that you want to take in November of this year or December of this year, you know, or even September of this year, because we can plan accordingly and put those things on the budget as necessary, okay? So just a little quick recap. Number one, we're going to do the spending journal. You're going to write down every single dime that you spend, regardless of what you're spending on. Number two, you're going to write down every single expense that you have. So if your children are in summer camps, right? Put down the summer camps. If you have a hobby, whatever your hobby may be, whether it's good or bad, put it down. If you know you're going to do it, make sure that you're writing it down, okay? So those are the two things. Number three, this is huge. This is huge. Wait a minute, I didn't even do that. Wait a minute. This is huge. So number three is for you to identify your wants versus your needs. So oftentimes what we do is we think that every single thing is necessary in our lives. Really, it's not. I'm reading this book and I'm not done with it, so I can't even tell you anything about it. I just started it, but it's called The Minimalist, and another book is called Essentialism. Both of these books just talks about how sometimes we as human beings, we feel like we need all of this stuff in order to survive, when really we don't. We can actually survive on the bare minimum, and we can also survive on just being essential, having just the things that are necessary in order to get to the goals where we want to be. So I recommend both of those books, and I will put those in the link. So Essentialism and The Minimalist. So basically what the books are teaching me is that everything that we think is necessary is not necessary. Everything that we think is a need is really just a want. So when we can identify what things are actually wants versus needs, then we can kind of eliminate some of those things. And I'm not saying that you should be such a prude that you're not doing absolutely anything or enjoying life, because I definitely believe in living and not just existing. But what I'm saying is, if we have a goal in mind and we're not able to get there because we are having all of these things going on and this money coming out of our pocket, it might be essential for us to kind of, scale back just a little bit for a little while. So that is number three. Number three is identifying your wants versus your needs, okay? And then number four, 1, 2, 3, 4. Number four is to identify all of your potential revenue streams, all of your potential income, whether it's earned income or whether it's unearned income. Because here's the thing that we do, right? We know for a fact that we're getting certain money from certain places, and we're probably going to do that every single month. But what we don't do is we don't include that in our income. We just say, oh, I'm going to use that for this particular purpose. But if you know you got a sugar daddy or a sugar mama, or your parents are paying your bills, or whatever way you're getting money that you haven't actually earned, if it's unearned income, if you know that that is the case, put that on your budget, right? You know, every single month you're going to be able to call Ray Ray and them and be like, listen here, I need blah, blah, blah. Whatever you're using the money for, that also needs to go in your budget. So that is the problem sometimes. Oftentimes we don't identify unearned income as income when really it is. If we got little side hustles, right? Sometimes you braiding hair, or sometimes you're doing little paperwork for somebody. Maybe you're doing resumes here and there. Maybe you're taking pictures and somebody just giving you like a little love offering. Maybe you dance at a church every now and again. All of that is income. Maybe it's not earned income. Maybe it's not the traditional sense of income, but it's absolutely income. And we have to account for those things because, again, that helps our budget, right? So let me recap. And if you have questions, this is the perfect time for you to ask those questions. So I'm giving away a free book today to everybody who's listening. And so all you have to do is follow the directions that I'm going to give you in just a moment. But as a recap, number one, you have to have a spending journal. You need to know where exactly your money's going, okay? Number two, you need to write down all of your expenses, regardless of if they are, fixed expenses, the things that are going to be the same every single month, or if they're going to change sporadically, or if they're things that you don't consider a bill, right? So if you have any type of habits, regardless of what that habit may be, if you like to go shoot basketball and it costs you money to go to the open gym, if you like to smoke cigarettes and you know you're going to keep smoking them, put those on there. If you like to drink, if you like to go to bingo, if you like to go and entertain yourself, if you like to go to the movies, whatever it is you do on a regular basis, even if it's an irregular basis, it still needs to go on there because that's money being spent from your budget, okay? So that's number two. Number three is identifying your wants versus your needs. So when you start to identify your wants versus your needs, then you can successfully start to eliminate some things that are not as necessary for right now, okay? So it will help you to better be able to plan for the future, okay? And then last but not least is identifying all of your income, whether it's earned income or unearned income. If you have a hustle, if you have a job, if you have someone helping you, if you have bills that you don't actually pay but someone else does, all of that is considered income. If you get EBT benefits, if you win the lottery, if you play bingo and you actually win sometimes, all of that is income. So make sure that you're putting those things down as well. So I'm going to get to your questions. No, before I get to your questions, let me tell you how you can get your free book today. So what I'm going to give you is my free ebook, and it is called Creating a Successful Budget. In order for you to get that ebook, all you have to do is simply go to the website at www.financial-comfort.com, put in your contact information and say, I would like the free ebook. And so I'm going to type that in right now. Let me see here. Bam, 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 bam. Let me see. Let me type it in for y'all. Y'all have questions? This is the perfect time for your questions. So please start to type your questions. After I type this in, I will get to your questions. So, I put www. Well, I can't write right now. Financialcomfort.com. Okay. So you'll be able to see that. I hope y'all can see that. Y'all see that? I'm hearting myself. Y'all ain't give me no heart, so I'm going to heart myself. Okay. So www.financialcomfort.com. Okay. That's where you go to get your free book today. Alrighty. So we are going to answer some of your questions right now. Let me see who has questions.
You're listening to the Fiscal Finesse Flash with your host, Jenna Finesse Houston.
First of all, let me acknowledge everybody who's on here. For logging on today, you guys will absolutely get a free book, okay? And that free book is going to help you to create your own budget. I am a proponent of do-it-yourself. If you could do it yourself for free or cheap, do it yourself. I'm going to give you the tools. I'm going to give you the education. If you need my help, I'd love to help you. But if you could do it yourself, go for it, okay? So, hey, Tanya, and thank you for logging in, and thank you for watching. Tia Ramey, hey, girl. Aziza, Danielle, K. Marie, my cousin Timmy, hey, girl. My sister-in-law, Tasha. All right, let me see. Who else is out here? Sandra Battle. Hey, girl. Hey, Katrina. I know you at work. You in your car, sitting in the car on your lunch break. No. Hey, Katrina. Hey, Alethea. Hey, Terry. Hey, Kelly. Hey, Melissa. Hey, Ashley. Hey, Sam. You were supposed to call me. What happened? You was like, hey, I need to talk to you. And I text you and you didn't call me. So call me if you still want my help, because that's what I do. I love to help. So call me, Sam Lovejoy. Hey, Pam. Oh, Pam, I got a client for you. I hope Katie told you. But so y'all, Pam Stone is the lady to help you declutter. And so I have a client that absolutely needs to declutter. So she needs your services like ASAP, yesterday's tomorrow, and then the day after that, before that. So please text me, Pam, so I can get you her information so that you can help her to declutter her life, okay? So if you don't have it, my telephone number is 614-595-0784. All right. Hey, Brandy. Hey, Tiffany. Hey, Rhonda. I ain't seen you in a minute, girl. Where you been? Hey, Joylyn. Hey. Okay, I don't see any questions out here. So if y'all don't have any questions, that means that I did a phenomenal job, which I pride myself in doing so. So, no, I'm just kidding. But if y'all have questions, feel free to reach out to me. Like it, share it, comment, go out and get your free ebook. Okay. So the website is financial-comfort.com. Okay. Thanks for that question, Danielle. You just go to the website, put in your contact information and say, send me the book. And I will send you the book today via email, because it's an ebook. It's called, Creating a Successful Budget, so that I can finesse your budget. All right. Hey, Jeanette, newlywed. Hey, Eldre. Hey. I see folks still logging on. So y'all going to have to watch the replay. But I just wanted to log on and let y'all know this has been your Fiscal Finesse Flash with Jenna Finesse Houston. Oh, okay, wait a minute. I get some questions coming in. So let me see what y'all talking about. What is that? Oh, you right, Timmy. She said putting it on paper gonna make it look real bad. That is the thing that gives you the eye opener. That is the thing that makes you truly open up your eyes. When you put it on paper and you see exactly where your money's going to every week. I've done it myself, where I've sat down like, oh my goodness, I spent 60% of my money on fast food in 1 week. Right? So when you see stuff like that, you're like, okay, I'm going to start doing my little meal prep. I done bought me this little air fryer, and I absolutely love that thing. So I'm not spending a whole lot of money on fast food anymore. But there's been times where I've sat down and did my little weekly spending journal, like, I did not mean to spend that much money in this particular spot. So, yes, it definitely makes you face the music and understand where your money's going. Okay? Tanya said, my issue is that I live check to check. I don't really have enough to save. That is the common misconception, Tanya, and I'm glad you said that. A lot of people feel like they're living in a deficit when in actuality, once we sit down, they see they're living in a surplus. And so it may look like you're living check to check because you have not properly allocated where your money should be going. And so that is the purpose of a budget. It's the plan for your money. Even before you get it in your hand, it's a plan to tell your money, listen, here's where you will go this week. And when you do that, when you start to plan accordingly, you will see that you are not living in a deficit. You're actually living in a surplus. So I'm so glad that you mentioned that, Tanya. And once you get your ebook, if you don't see it yourself, I'd be happy to help you see it. And if you still don't see it, even if I'm not able to help you see it, then we're going to employ some techniques. Because here's the clue. When you are living in a deficit, you have to do one of two things. A deficit just simply means, okay, my expenses exceed my income, right? So if your expenses are exceeding your income, then you have to do one of two things, one or two things. Number one, you need to decrease your expenses, right? Or you need to increase your income. Either of those things are going to help you to start living in the surplus. And so if you are living in a deficit, meaning that your expenses exceed your income, then you either need to decrease those expenses or increase that income. And I can give you ways to do that. So again, understanding what your needs are versus your wants, right? I had a couple that was here the other day, and they said, our cable bill is 300 and I want to say it was like 302 or something. It was like just hitting that 300 mark. I'm like, what? Who pays that much money for a cable bill? First of all, ain't nothing on TV that entertaining. Matter of fact, y'all need to cut that off like immediately. Either get a Fire Stick or get you some awesome Wi-Fi and watch whatever you want to watch whenever you want to watch it. But a $300 cable bill, that is not a need. That is a want. And so helping you to identify some of those things that are eating up your surplus, like a $300 cable bill. No, not okay. So if that's one of those things that is eating up your surplus, Tanya, we will definitely take a look at that, okay? If there are not any additional questions, let me see. I don't see any. So bottom line, go to get your free book right now at www.financial-comfort.com. Share this video, like it, comment, help somebody else to get where they need to be financially. All right. Y'all have a super duper awesome day. And I look forward to speaking with you again on next week for your Fiscal Finesse Flash.
Thank you for listening to the Fiscal Finesse Flash. We hope this message finessed your finances and your life. We believe leaders are readers, and podcast listeners become great practitioners. If you need assistance implementing a strategy for finessing your finances, call us today at 318-595-0784. Until next time, finesse your life and don't live in fiscal strife.